right away.
Hey, Nneka. Sabrina Merchant, The Athletic. As someone who was drafted during an Olympic year, do you remember what that break was like for you, just to come off of the whirlwind of a college season and finally get some time to like reset?
It was nice. It's you hit the ground running, you finish playing, you within a week you get drafted, within a week you're in your market, and there's really no breathing room. And I think being in an Olympic year, it gives you a lot of extra time to kind of like catch your bearings and just figure out the transition of it all. So I can only imagine how good it is for a lot of these rookies right now.
Next question to your right in the second row.
Hi, Tyler DeLuca, No Cap Space. Nneka, obviously a ton of news coming out recently with the Affleck investment in the Skills Challenge and three-point contest. Also, some news regarding the media rights deal. I just want, from your perspective as the president of the Players Association, how exciting is it to now see these investments coming in, and how have those kind of talks been going from your end?
I mean, it's very exciting. I think that how we felt on the outside is now matching, or on the inside is now matching the outside, especially when it comes to investment. I love that Affleck came in and stepped forward and really displayed their investment, and hopefully, represented by example for so many other different organizations and companies that are looking to invest and partner. I really hope that this is something that continues. I wish it could have happened in a way where players were aware of it, going in, but nevertheless, they stepped in, and I think that's what's most important. And, just the investment from a holistic perspective, it's something that we've always been talking about. I mean, JJ's been very vocal about it, and it's not something that we want to stop necessarily voicing for ourselves. But we want it to be taken a lot more seriously in ways where we won't have to continue to advocate for ourselves. But we're in a very transformational and pivotal moment in women's sports, and I'm just really grateful to be actively experiencing it.
Next question, all the way to the right, fourth row.
Hey guys, Justin Lacertosa, Burn City Sports, Jonquel. This one's for you. You made your mark being one of the more versatile bigs in the entire league as a shooter, as a passer. So, from your rookie year to now, how has your approach to the game sort of changed throughout your career?
I think my approach has changed as my body has changed. I think when you're younger, you can just kind of just go out there and hoop, obviously. But the warm ups are a little bit different. The mindset is a little bit different too. Like the teams are coming in trying to get you out of your game, and it's part of their game plan. So just understanding that and being fluid in that as well, just being able to affect the game in different areas and not just focus on one way to kind of affect the game. So I think those are two of the biggest things. But just coming in and understanding as a vet too that it's really a marathon and not a sprint. I think when I was younger, I just had like this mindset of like having to do everything right now. And as a vet, I just understand that it really takes time, and it really is an ebb and a flow in the way that the season feels and the things that you kind of have to go through and the adversity that you face.
Next question, I'm going to turn to Zoom for a moment to Jeff. Jeff, go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, both of you. Thank you for joining us. Jonquel, my question will be for you. You have done this all-star song and dance a few times now, but how has this game, this event as a whole, evolved for the better, and how can the WNBA keep this momentum alive, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think just being here this year, like we're going around the city, and like the amount of advertisements and things that I'm seeing around the city is it really feels like an all-star event. It really feels like it encapsulates like the moment and how big this moment is for not just the players, but for fans to come in and be a part of this. And I think you see that level of investment, and I think you see the way that our league is growing in terms of viewership and the eyes that are on our league. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've seen in terms of like the All-Star. Just it has a different feel. It almost feels big and like way bigger than it was before. Obviously, yeah.
Returning to the room.
Appreciate your time.
Jeff, I'm
Appreciate
sorry.
your time.
Returning to the room, right in the center.
Zena with The Athletic. Between Power of the Dream and Shattered Glass, which both of you were in, it's really cool to see the WNBA take ownership of their storytelling. You're speaking to the media right now. If there is something that you would want the people in this room to do better in terms of telling the W story, what would it be?
I love this question. I mean, I think that there's different groups when it comes to media. I think that we have OGs. Y'all know who you are. You know, you were there from the beginning. And I think I'm always very kind of like careful about using like the word gatekeeping. I definitely think that it is important for people to have a gateway into things, but while still understanding the history, you know, and I think that the OG media can do a really good job of leading that way, letting people know like, hey, this is how it used to be, this is where it is now, these are the stories that have been told, you know, over and over again, these are the stories that need to be told. And I think like all of the media that's coming in, I mentioned it earlier during the scrum, like I can understand, and I even witnessed like a lot of the media now getting kind of elbowed out by, you know, bigger entities that are just here because they feel like it's hot. But we have people that have been not only around for a really long time, but have taken women's sports seriously for a really long time. And then we have people who are very interested in women's sports and didn't know how to get in. And I feel like with the media giving grace to yourself, no matter where you land on the spectrum, while everyone's still having the same perspective of moving this forward. You know, we go where everyone goes. We wouldn't have the games without the players, but they wouldn't know us without you telling our stories. And so I think it's very important for us to maintain the level of diversity and collaboration as we see this grow from all corners and all aspects of what we all love the same way.
Next question, third row, all the way to the, I'm sorry, right here in the front, in the purple.
For you both, I mean, to kind of piggyback off that, like you're talking about growing the game, I mean, having somebody like Cheryl Miller be the coach of this team and her, you know, being here in the league in the beginning, coaching, I mean, from being vets, so like you guys obviously always want to learn. What's that like just being around her for this little bit? And, you know, what has she meant to you guys overall?
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I was asked this question earlier, and I just feel like the energy that she brings is like, you know, she has that gravitational pull, and she walks with that swag, and you could just tell that she was a hooper. And I said it before, even before knowing who she is, you could just look at her and be like, there's something about her, you know. And so I'm really excited to be able to just be in her presence and like you said before, learn from her. But she's bringing that competitive nature, and I think that's the main thing that we're kind of going into this game. Like we're here to compete. We want to go out there and provide the best experience for the fans, and for this to be a really fun and exciting game, but also a really competitive game.
All right, we have time for one, maybe two questions to your right. Third row.
This question is for both of you. You talked a lot about the new investment, the seriousness, even with the media telling the stories. My question is, what do you think the players and the league need to do to show the future investors that it is worth continuing to do those things? And when we're talking about Aflac and any of the future investors that could be available to you guys, what do you guys need to show on your end that continues?
Can I ask you a question? What do you think we're doing right now that's bringing investors in? Do you feel like we're doing anything right now that's bringing those people in?
Yeah, I do. I think that there's a blend of style and substance that I don't think we had seen as dramatically as we do now. I think the All-Star Game is a great opportunity to showcase those things. I don't know if I'm asking, are you conscious of that kind of opportunity to give I asked about box office earlier with Angel. How conscious are you guys of the box office opportunities and embellishing that so that investors do want to keep pouring in, because you guys deserve for it to be pouring in?
I mean, if we deserve for it, I don't really know what else we need to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I asked you. I was like, if what we're doing is working, like, you know, when someone wants to invest, the product doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? They just pay attention to the product in a different way. And I think that's what we're experiencing right now. I have to be honest, like, that's a question that I used to get a lot that really used to grind my gears. Because, you know, we grew up being, like, saying, like, they should lower the rim. They should do this. Y'all should wear skirts. Y'all should wear booty shorts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just kind of like, we're playing basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that the level of investment right now it's transformational because there's more people watching. They made it accessible for everyone to be able to see it. What we felt is, this is what we've always felt, but we have people in the league office who've been here since I've been here, who've been here since before I got here. We have a number of former players that are now coaches, all of which I played. I mean, like, it's been a system, and I think that the level of investment is coming now because more people can see it. You know, it's more visible, it's more accessible, and they see that we are driving culture in a lot of different ways. But most importantly, we can hoop. You know, we can hoop. We're playing basketball out here. That's the product. So, I mean, unless you want to have like a 5-point line, I don't really know what else we can really do. We have people that are shooting it from out there, but I don't think that there's anything that the players need to do more of. I really don't. And I think that the league is responding in ways that we've experienced, especially this season, that that's showing that that investment is going somewhere. And we're a part of a union that is also working to ensure that that valuation continues to be shown. So, sorry, I got real passionate about that. But thank you for your question.